Hello and welcome. I am Sye Rodriguez, and today I wanted to share with you what the vegan diet, being on a vegan diet, fully vegan diet for a year and 7 months has done to me. And when I say what it's done to me, it basically hasn't done a lot that is something I can see visually. And so the reason I'm standing here with no shirt on is just so that you can see who I am. I'm 44 years old, and I'm been vegetarian since 1996. A lot of that time I was vegan, but in the more recent years, up till about a year and 7 months ago, I would have some dairy sometimes, and so I just completely cut that out, the organic milk or cream or whatever I was eating, so that I could be 100% vegan. And I wanted to see how that would affect me. And I really only thought it was going to be for a month when I started. But as time has gone on, I've come up with more reasons to be vegan or to stay vegan. And I'm not saying I'm committed to it for life. I don't know. And I'll tell you a little bit about why. But the main reason that I have come to feel that being vegan, or at least eating vegan style, is a good thing, is about really having compassion towards animals. And I don't want to seem self-righteous, because I'm really not at all self-righteous when it comes to this. I'm not saying that I'm not arrogant at all. I'm not saying that I am without an ego by any means. I definitely have an ego. And that's another part of the reason why I'm standing here with no shirt on, because I'm even though I have a little bit of fat on me, I'm still kind of proud of my body. I feel like it's in good shape, and I want you to see it. So, veganism. The reason that I say I have compassion for animals is because I really feel a connection to animals. And when I see an animal like a dog or a cow, and I imagine to slit its throat, it just in my mind makes me feel like, wow, what a betrayal of who I am to that animal, to befriend it or get close to it and then cut its throat. It feels really bad to me, and I am coming from a background of hunters, and myself, I've hunted ever since I was a little kid. I learned how to shoot BB guns, killed birds, killed squirrels, ate fish, killed rabbits, ate rattlesnakes, ate deer, obviously, ate all of the other things that people eat, but I'm talking about what I killed. And that was me personally. I never killed a deer because before I got to that point, I started to feel bad about killing things, even the rabbits, when I realized they were suffering, and it just made me feel bad. So that is the main reason that I am continuing being vegan. But since I've become this way, I've also just realized more fully how much of an impact that being vegan has on everything. And I'm not just talking about global warming or whatever, and that's a subject that is a whole debate in itself. For example, climate change, I attribute that more to cycles. And that's just me. You can doubt what I'm saying if you're a big believer in global warming, and just write me off if you want to. But my point is that I lost my point. Well, forget about it. See, that's what being vegan does to you. It makes you lose your point. No, I was like that long before I became vegan. Thinking about a bunch of stuff that I want to express, and it's all around, right now, getting back to the point, the planet. I do care about how the planet is affected, and I've always cared about the environment, and I've cared about not being poisoned or not swimming in toxic water and stuff like that. At least for most of my life, I've been aware that there's pollution and that those things affect my health, and so I was really concerned about my health to start with. But now I've just realized that when people eat meat, and I knew this for a long time, but now it's really pretty evident that when people eat meat, they're promoting an industry that has tons of waste. And when I say waste, we're feeding these animals. For example, an average cow, I think, eats 150 pounds of food a day, and it drinks so much water that it's unbelievable. I mean, I can give you some exact facts, but watch Cowspiracy and get the facts straight from that movie, because it's a really interesting movie. And if you can refute it, please let me know, because I'm open to facts. And I'm not just out here to push an agenda. In fact, I'm not even sure where I'm going with this, except for that I know that I feel good being vegan, that I'm functional being vegan, that even though I eat a lot of calories, and especially from carbohydrates, that I'm in really good shape. I'm probably stronger than I was when I became vegan a year and 7 months ago. And I'll demonstrate my strength in a minute. But the environment is affected in a huge way, in a way that actually causes a lot of people to go hungry. Because if we were to eat all of that food that gets fed to the animals, then we wouldn't need near as much food. And there is absolutely no way that it could go the other way, where people ate more meat and it could be sustainable. It's just not possible. And once you see that movie Cowspiracy, then you'll understand why I'm making these statements. I'm not just throwing these out there. This is a fact, and you can check these facts out yourself. And a lot of people might know this, but it's really becoming evident with all of the new research that people have done and looked at, and even the interviews they've done with other people. And there is a conspiracy to keep some of these facts kind of hidden from the public, because if you understood them, or if more people like me understood them, and they might think that eating meat was maybe bad for other people and it's not just about, well, I like meat, so I'm going to eat it. So aside from that, I'm not putting you down if you eat meat, and I'm not even sure 100% that you'd be more healthy if you didn't eat meat. Not 100% sure, although there is a lot of evidence at this point that pretty much is showing that people who are vegan, and even more extreme than me, sometimes even raw foodists, that were raised that way since they were born or since from a very young age, are doing good. And my kids particularly are vegetarian, because they still drink some milk, but they are really, really good on the diet that we're eating, for sure, vegetarian style, even though the milk industry is a whole nother subject. So, bottom line is that being vegan, what it's done for me is it probably caused me to lose a few pounds, not too much, because I kind of go up and down a little bit, but it definitely has not it hasn't prevented me from increasing my fitness levels and increasing my strength and even increasing musculature in certain levels. I didn't lose a lot of weight, and I want to be clear too that I don't work out a lot. I used to be, I won't even say used to be, because I always like to change my cycles, but for the last year and a half I had an injury, and I slowly got back into doing more exercise, but I probably work out less than an hour every week at this point, whereas I used to be closer to the 2-hour mark. And I drive a bus currently as a job, and I also do my own business, and I'm in front of the computer a lot. So knowing that, and that I eat a lot and I'm not fat, at least I'm not really fat, tells you that the vegan diet isn't going to make you fat, and I don't have more body fat, but my health, cholesterol and all that stuff, it's in super good place. And triglycerides, all that stuff, blood sugars, even from eating a high carbohydrate diet, is all good. My B12 levels are good. My calcium levels are good, even though I'm not having any kind of dairy products at all. I'm doing good. And so being vegan has basically taught me that it's good to be vegan. And so I want you I'm just going to give you a look at my body, okay? And you know what? I'm not trying to say my body is great. I think it's all right. And I think that I'm in pretty good shape. And I don't think that it's necessarily better than it was before, but it's definitely not bad, and especially if you compare me to 44-year-olds, and my fitness levels are good. I can run extremely fast, and I'm very good at doing body weight stuff like climbing things and a number of things, and maybe I can demonstrate some of those things to you too. My handstands are better than they've ever been, and so let me just go ahead and show you. Like, first of all, there's some fat there, which there was before I became 100% vegan too, and I'm like, being that like my life is somewhat sedentary right now could account for that, but here we go. See that? See that musculature? See? That's what vegan's all about. And so, just wanted you to see a little bit back muscles. And I'm not even doing any kind of extreme workout. I'm doing mostly body weight exercises, but I have added a little bit of weight into that, and maybe I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. And doing some sprints too. But yoga too, a little bit of yoga. We're talking like yoga, sprints, and workout less than an hour per week, and eating a lot of calories, feeling like I'm getting enough calories, and like that's good for me. And the carbohydrates, specifically in the form of whole foods, don't let people tell you that carbohydrates are bad. White sugar, refined white sugar, probably not the best thing for you. White flours, bleached flours, probably not good for you. But whole foods, even semi-refined whole foods, whatever they are, they're going to be good for you for the most part. They're going to be full of nutrients, especially if you're getting the high quality stuff that's organic for the most part. So I just wanted to share with you, year and 7 months being vegan, that's what it did for me. See? And let me just shake it up a little bit. You can see the fat, you can see the muscle, you can see it all move around. But, I'm in good shape. So anybody who tells you as an adult, especially, that you can't be vegan and healthy, they just haven't figured it out yet. So thanks for watching, and check out my other videos related to the subject of being vegan if you want to. And if you are interested, go to rawfoodchampions.com, and you can get a copy of my raw food fantasy trap for free, just for signing up for it there. And I'll see you in the next video.